Good evening, those who are watching us from here and from abroad. We are happy and glad and thankful that you have made this station, NTV, your #1 station in this country. And thank you for making it every Saturday to watch NTV People's Parliament. It is your platform, and it's the only platform that gives you opportunity, you and me and everybody, an opportunity to speak about issues that affect their everyday life. We are still in Kween district. And they have told me that one of the biggest problems they're facing is resettlement of the people who were displaced by the forest reserve. Honorable members, you are welcome. I am your speaker, Agnes Nandutu. But before I get the ball rolling, I would like to invite the vice chairperson of the district to give us general information about the resettlement and the displacement and resettlement program that has not taken off. Please.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I want to thank the members for coming in big numbers. Actually, Kween district has suffered a lot. Why? Because the origin of what we are talking about resettlement is how people displaced from Mount Elgon, where they were resettling before, and bringing them downwards. But after bringing them, they were not properly resettled. We have people who are working in Kapkwata forest camp, who are people who are working for the forest, but they were displaced without proper settlement. Then on the lower side, Madam Speaker, we have Pianupe, which is still under UA, because Uganda Wild Authority are the people who displaced people from the upper side. They are the same people who displaced the people from Kisangani, Rwanda, and they are the same people also who displaced people from Kukumai in Kirigi. So, Madam Speaker, since our people are suffering and languishing in those areas and they are not resettled up to now, we have done enough as a district at the lower level, and it has reached the upper level, where I want now request, Madam Speaker, that the Member of Parliament who is with us here comes to present, because he's well conversant on what has happened. He has been following since he was a councillor up to now Parliament, where we are waiting for the actual minute or a resolution by Parliament to allow our people to be resettled and get good amenities. That's why you saw the issue of FGM was raising up due to this and resettlement, where schools are not even there to educate the girl child. So allow me invite Honorable Member of Parliament to clear some of these issues, because it is now within Parliament.
I am the one to invite him.
Okay, Madam. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay, Honorable Member, I've been told you have a lot of information.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
How far is the project, and what are the government promises? What are the...
Yeah, let me give a preamble about the current status. Thank you, Madam Speaker, for first of all coming to the region, because you have helped us for the country to know the problems on the ground. Because when we talk in Kampala, somebody may think we are not serious people. First of all, like the Vice Chairperson has said, the people we are talking about, I started representing them in the council since the time of the late 90s up to now. The story has been that before, and I want the whole country to hear, before the government or public institutions used to treat these people as encroachers. An encroacher is somebody who has gone illegally into a government institution or a government land. But we have tried to reverse that with the community, to say that these are inhabitants, these are people who are living there from time immemorial. These people who are living, this was their ancestral home. But government programs...
government that encroached on their land.
Yes. It is government that encroached on their land. But still, the Sabine community do not say that they don't want to develop, say, protect the environment or protect the ecosystems. They accept. That is why they allowed in 1937 the area to be gazetted as a forest reserve. Then from the forest reserve in 1967 or something like that, they even introduced plantations, forest plantations, in a place called Kapkwata. And in that place, they recruited the locals to be the workers in a place called the forest village. So people were employed and they were given a village to resettle with the schools and health facilities and the trading centers. And they were allowed to feed on a system of farming called tonja farming. Tonja farming is a situation where the people keep on eating from cultivating the land that has been planted, trees have been planted, so that they help government to weed the crops. As the crops grow, they chase away the farmer. Then also the robots who are in their ancestral home in this upper Benet were there innocently. They knew that they were in their land. Those days they could not cut the trees. They would only feed on, they would get herbs as their medicine because they didn't have hospitals. Now the park came, those years again, the government has been progressing from a national forest reserve to a forest reserve to now the national park.
So what when you sit down there in Kampala in Parliament?
Yes, not
what
only.
What should these people expect?
What these people expect is it is a responsibility of government to resettle somebody whom government has displaced.
Was there a promise for government to resettle?
Yes, there was a promise. There was a promise to resettle the people. The resettlement was done in 1983, but it was not done to completion. It was partially done. There was partial resettlement in 1983. Not even partial, but it was also inaccurate. Because when they said they were giving out 6,000 hectares to resettle the people, they instead gave 8,500. Government itself gave out 8,500 hectares in 1983. Then in 1992, the same government that gave out 8,500 hectares comes back and says, no, there was a mistake here. So these 2,500 are encroachers. That is why people went to court, because they had been allocated that land.
So have you been following it as a honorable member? Very
seriously, Madam Speaker.
And how far?
We have been following that thing with the district council and other leaders. The president pledged in the year 2011, and even committed himself in presidential directives that people should be resettled with the land and the construction of permanent structures and the provision of exotic animals in order to train them on surviving on zero grazing animals and providing infrastructure like schools and health centers. But to date, that has not been implemented.
Okay.
It is true that we have been raising it in Parliament. The Prime Minister has been promising. The President has also been reaffirming, but the implementation is the problem.
Okay.
Like the chairman said before, the issue is now in cabinet. But I wanted to clear this. Sometimes people say the MPs have not taken it to Parliament. There are two types of bills that come to Parliament, and I want to put it very clearly. Private members' bills normally should not attract any financial implication. That is why a private member cannot bring a bill of that nature to Parliament. We only raise it, lobby, and raise it for the concern of government, so that government comes with a bill to negotiate that particular area, because it has what they call financial implication.
Okay.
It needs a lot of money to implement that program.
Okay.
So if you are a private member and you bring that bill, then it means you must say where the money is coming from. So it must come from a government department.
Okay.
So those are the challenges that we are still demanding from government, and it is on record that the members of Parliament and the councils from different districts of Sebei have demanded. They have made resolutions to that effect, and they have not been implemented.
Thank you, Honourable Member. 2 minutes, Honourable Member, please.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I want to take this honor to appreciate this forum of People's Parliament. My name is Asatya Peter Chapa, Chairman, Thringenge Sub-County. Honourable Speaker and members of People's Parliament, the issue of resettlement should be looked at in a wider atmosphere. Honourable Speaker, why government is taking long to resettle people of Kween is that the government think that people are still interested in encroaching the forest. Honourable Speaker, resettlement is done in many versions. Honorable Speaker, there is a line that the government has agreed. I remember when the president came to Kapchorwa last time, the Minister of Local Government, Honorable Speaker, made very clear that Cabinet has endorsed 1983 line, and those people are not affected, Honorable Speaker. Now, there are people that are beyond that line, Honorable Speaker. We may not force the government to still encroach the forest, Honorable Speaker, but we may bring other methods of resettling these people, Honorable Speaker, in a way that they can identify land, or they can get money in the government. These people are given money and they buy land elsewhere than suffering in the game park. Because I know what is becoming very difficult, Honorable Speaker, the government is very careful with the interference of the forest. But we may still lobby that for these people that they are beyond the line of 83, they can look at an option of giving them a package and they buy land where they admire to settle. Okay. Honorable Speaker, I also talk on behalf of people of Ngenge. As we are talking of people who are displaced by the UA, we also have people who are displaced by Karamojong, Honorable Speaker. The government is resettling the Karamojong. To me, as a chairperson of Ngenge, Honorable Speaker, I take this as an appreciation to Karamojongs for chasing people or chasing them from their homes. I would still appeal to government that the resettlement that is being done in Karamoja, it is being done in northern Uganda, should also be given to the people who suffered the insurgency in Sabay region. Okay. That is Bukwa, Kapchorwa, and Kween, Honorable Speaker. Let them have good houses. We even get very good schools in Karamoja where there are no homes, Honorable Speaker. And when you go to Ngenge, we have a population of not less than 25,000 people. There is no secondary school, Honorable Speaker. As we are moving on this resettlement program, through your forum, Honorable Speaker, let us push for honoring the pledge of the President to set up people of 1983 line, have another alternative on people who are beyond that line, and also people who are in the law bell who are displaced by Karamojons. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Please, you have the platform.
Madam Speaker, members of People's Parliament, it is the truth of the matter, as we talk, is that government has accepted that the Benin Robos are the indigenous and the ancestral people of that area. They have already accepted this. That's why they went and resettled the people, promising that they would later on come and resettle them permanently. So what we are saying now, or what I'm requesting this August House, this afternoon, is for us to appeal to government or to resolve that before they do that, before they come, because people are languishing there, people are suffering, we request for what is called cattle-controlled grazing. Before they come, because people have been there since time immemorial, people have been in the moorlands. Let people graze the animals freely in the moorlands where they have been living since time immemorial before they sort out themselves. All right? This is what people are requesting. Before they sort out themselves, let people stay peacefully where they have been staying since time immemorial, and those are the moorlands. Let them graze there peacefully. Let them stay there. After all, they have been there since time immemorial. Therefore, why do you disturb them? Why do you group them in a place and do nothing for all these years? Okay. It is inhuman. So I request you, what I'm requesting you, only one. We resolve this afternoon that government leaves the Benin Robos to stay in the moorlands peacefully, grazing the animals, with control measures, until they are ready to come and resettle them. Okay. Where that settles them. I shall be very grateful if that is done. Thank you very much.
Let's go for a short break, and TV People's Parliament comes back shortly. welcome back. You are still watching your favorite program, NTV People's Parliament, the only platform that gives you opportunity to speak about your everyday life and issues that affect your life.
I am Tony Henry, LCCD Chairman, representing Kween Sub-County, where I represent all the IDPs in Kween District. Madam Speaker, I want to say something on resettlement. I'm happy the RDC is here, our Member of Parliament is here, and other members. The issue of resettlement has brought a lot of conflicts with the community and the national park here. The UWA guys or our authorities, we are together with them, but if you see the way they have been handling our people, Madam Speaker, you can't believe it. In the area where I come from, I have a very, very miserable IDP camp where we call Rwanda and Aksangani. Rwanda means people settling on the rock, and Aksangani came under the other name when there was a problem in the other area of Zaire. Now, this is an area where people are displaced. The letter was given by His Excellency as
so they are staying in IDP camp?
We are in the IDP camp. Very miserable camp, no toilets, no what. People are just on rock and people are in very miserable state. People benefit on very bad things there because you find an HIV area in my area is too big because now people benefit on what? On women sell themselves and they get something for their survival. That's a very big problem. Then point number 2, His Excellency gave a directive. And why was that tariff not implemented? That's the biggest which is disturbing me very much and the community of this area. Why now the politics are coming? Now we are coming, now the issue of resettlement, now they are saying now we are going to settle the people. When the issue of voting goes off, we are left there for more 5 years. So that's a very big problem which our people have suffered in the Sabir region, and I'm happy that His Excellency gave a directive and our Honorable MP. Well, I'm also requesting now, if that he brought the letter, all of us saw the letter. Now we are saying, what is the problem? Is it of the Prime Minister? Who are disorganizing all these other government programs? So, Honorable Member of Parliament, Honorable Speaker, me as Chairman LCCD in that area, I'm saying that now our people they are finding 50,000 per cow. When you are good inside the cow, if you have 10 cows, 500,000. If you are good in the national park, you suffer in that area. There is no anything. There is no that they do anything. There is not that you compensate anything because now when you are taken there, already you are in the national park. There is no bargaining. You are just taken to court 7 years, 12 years, or anything which can happen. So many people have been shot in the national park. Nothing. No people have been compensated. I should really thank our old man who have just said. Our guys, now when the RDC is here, let all of us discuss one voice so that we get certain areas, so that it will be a grazing area, so that we can compensate our people not to be fighting them all the time. Otherwise, I should appreciate you so much for this thing, that you could go and come again. But we appeal to the government, let His Excellency implement what he has given to the community of this Sabir region. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. RDC, what has happened to this presidential directive? Have you followed it as a person representing the president in this area?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to appreciate, first of all, the NRM government for liberalizing so many things in the country that today in Kween we're having NTV being viewed everywhere over the world. That is the tick for NRM. 2.
Did the NRM bring NTV?
It liberalized the economy and everybody is able to
Okay, now
put in
talk
place.
About the presidential directive on the resettlement.
Madam Speaker, I want to say that we have gone a mile in this issue. Last year, around June, people from Kapkwata, Chisangani, Rwanda came to me with their complaints, with their concerns. We discussed, we went to the office of the president, we discussed, we went to the Prime Minister's office. And it is on that basis that the issue is in the cabinet. It is because of my pressure that I put on the office of the president to make sure that things are done. I've been pushing my honorable member of parliament to say that we push the cabinet to have this thing in parliament because, as all of you remember, when His Excellency came to Tuban, the Minister for Environment consented, the Minister for Lands consented over this matter. So I want to think that there's something very small lacking. Otherwise, government doing its best to see that this is settled. Thank you very much.
So since it is at cabinet level, these people should have hope?
Yes, seriously. They must have hope, and I know any time it's going to parliament.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Mine is, first of all, call Yesho Alex from Penet. Me, I'm in Dorobo. I stay there where the problem is. Right now, I think many have been talked about, the elders said it. We are there. What we are going through right now, we are being fined. When you go there with the cow, you pay 50,000. And you have been paying, and shall continue to pay. A dog costs 200,000. A goat 30,000. A hen 5,000. You personally, if you are caught, it is between 200 and 500,000. We have raised these issues. Even the RDC is aware. But one time when we were in the capture, he said that the members of parliament knows this. We have even inquired from the UA. They said the members of parliament, good enough. We have our honorable member of parliament here, who will maybe give us some light on that issue. What we demand from government is that, as the elders said, we are still, let us remain there until we settle these issues. If it means giving a national park somewhere, we give them somewhere where we can call it a no-go zone area, other than taking all the land and leaving us there in despair. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please, 2 minutes.
Madam Speaker, call me Mr. Waya, Chairman LCC Benet Sub-County, where this problem comes from.
You are Mr. YY?
Waya.
Okay.
I've been in the service for quite now, it's almost 10 years, Mr. Speaker. And this issue of resettlement and boundary has become a song in this country of Uganda. Even if Madam Speaker is late, I'm still wondering why the government of Uganda has failed completely to fulfill this very small issue. Madam Speaker, if you only that your time is very short, if you can allow us to give you a chance of going and see our people there, you yourself you will cry. Why? The first thing, Madam Speaker, our ladies has been raped by war officials, and other things I can't even mention. Now, Madam Speaker, I was asking myself, what is the problem between the communities of Benet and other areas, more especially on the upper side? What is the problem? Is it that we are very few, which we cannot even affect the government as far as the election is concerned? I was asking myself. Finally, Madam Speaker, recently I hear that honorable members of parliament of Kween has been telling us that the issue is about, because he's already in the cabinet. And now I'm seeing them, they are trying to dodge the thing here. I'm wondering why. It is like, there is a proverb, Madam Speaker, which may say that you can send somebody, today you send this one, tomorrow you send this one, you see that it's not helping you. At the end of the day, you can accept by yourself and you go by yourself there. In conclusion,
so you want to go there by yourself?
I'm planning to go there by myself. Because, Madam Speaker, there's a problem here. There has been a problem from 1983. From 1983, Madam Speaker, up to today, this issue of settlement, boundary, is becoming a song. What is the problem? What is the problem? In conclusion, Madam Speaker,
just clarification.
Conclusion, Madam Speaker.
I just want to clarify. Maybe, Madam Speaker, for clarification, we are the ones saying that the thing is in cabinet. We saw ourselves the cabinet paper. We are not shifting, number one. Number two, Madam Speaker, we have been taking delegations from here together with us to the Prime Minister. Is it true? Is it in order for the Honorable Chairman of the whole sub-county to receive this August House? Because we have been going there with him, with Tony, with Moses Mwanga, with the councillors. Is it in order? Is it in order for him to lie? Because we are not trying to dodge, but we have seen a cabinet paper.
Okay, thank you.
And we have taken delegations to Prime Minister.
Okay.
We have taken delegations to
Including
President.
the honorable member.
Yes, to President. We have taken delegations.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Speaker, I am the chairman of the sub-county. For him and Madam Honorable Member of
But
Parliament.
have you ever moved with the delegation
Let
to
me
Kampala?
conclude. Let me conclude.
Have you ever moved with the delegation
Let
to
me
Kampala?
conclude, Madam Speaker.
Can you answer my question?
We went one time there, and we left these people there, solving the issue. Because for us, we are in the sub-counties. Who is there now? They are members of parliament. They are supposed to chase the thing quickly. If they saw that it is difficult, let them come to us. Madam Speaker, as I conclude, I appreciate Excellency the President of Uganda with the other things, many things. Only that I don't like him with that issue of resettlement and boundary in Benin sub-county. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Honorable Madam Speaker. As far as the issue of resettlement is concerned, I know it is an issue that has affected most of the people in Kween. And as you see them turning up in big numbers, they have just come to hear how far have they gone on the issue of resettlement. Madam Speaker, this issue has been discussed in all councils. It has been a daily cry for the people of Kween, and most especially the people of Benet, the people of Kukumai, the people of Kakwata, and of recent, the people of Nanam. Displacement of the people of this district has become rampant. And what we want to appeal to government, all the procedures have been followed. Up to now, Cabinet, where our Honorable Minister is Member of Parliament is telling us that the issue is in Cabinet. We want to appeal to Cabinet to fasten this process, because the more they are delaying, the people of Kween are suffering.
Okay.
What they should do as fast as possible to make sure that this problem is ended is to construct a permanent boundary between the people of Kween and the national park. They should plant permanent pillars. 2, they should demarcate a buffer zone between the park and the people so that they can live harmoniously. Thirdly, the people of Benet, most especially, should be given grazing rights, because these are farmers, they have their animals, they need to graze. Government told them to resettle in some resettlements temporarily as they are waiting to be resettled. But there is nowhere they can look after their animals. And once they step in the park, the repercussion is what you have heard.
Okay.
So these people should be given grazing rights.
Okay,
So,
Honorable Member.
the last one, Honorable Member, the Speaker of People's Parliament. The people of Benet, the people of Kakwata, Kukumai, and Nanam should be given affirmative action for the time they have suffered up to today. Affirmative action should be considered by government so that these people can improve on their livelihood. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. RDC, I direct that you have discussions with the Wa people and government just to offer these people grazing rights for their animals to be able to survive, such that they can get some money to feed them. You are listening to NTV People's Parliament. Let's go for a short break. NTV People's Parliament comes back shortly. Yes, welcome back. You are still watching your favorite program, NTV People's Parliament, the only platform that gives you opportunity to speak about your everyday life and issues that affect your life. And what we are speaking about is the resettlement program, the displacement of the Benet people, the people of Kween from the forest reserve that has really affected their lives. Please, 2 minutes, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to briefly give an overview of this resettlement issue. the people called the Bennett or the Dorobo,
Speak to these people.
the people called the Bennett or the Dorobo were living in the moorland many years. That's the moorland is this, the Wakagai, the most top part of Mount Elgon. It was a bit difficult to administer those people from there because they were deep in the forest. Government thought it wise. Government itself thought it wise to remove those people from that moorland on top of Mount Elgon to come nearer to the rest of the people so that administration would be okay. Paying tax was one of the serious issues that made government remove those people from that moorland to come and resettle where there were many people so that they would pay tax and they would live a humble life. And government said because they were living in the moorland, they don't have land this way, they better create part of this forest land to resettle these people. And those people accepted and they left that moorland. They came here where there were many other people, where there was the land was belonged to the people. And the government now gazetted that land, which we are talking about, for those people from top of the mountain who are difficult to manage, for them to settle. This is government itself doing that. Not the people wanted to continue living there because they would go to Kenya, do their business in Bugisu and go to Kenya, come back here. But government said come and settle near here for easy administration. They would pay tax, they get schools, they get hospitals, which they were not having on top of the mountain. So now it is the same government giving land and refusing to resettle these people. What is the problem? Of recent, there was a strike of landslide in Bududa district. And this landslide in Bududa district, disorganized people, killed the people the way the Ua people are killing. The landslides killed the people the way the Ua people are killing people. Because we have evidence. People have died because of Ua people. But now government moves very fast, using the same system to resettle the people of Bududa in the Bunambutia down there. There are powerful houses. There are now schools of recent. They want to put up a powerful school. They want to put up a powerful hospital. The policemen are already there. The UPDF are already there guarding them. What about these people of Sebei, whom government disorganized from the forest? And they are not having schools. They are not having hospitals. They are not having roads. What is the problem?
Demand for your services. Don't based on the people of Bududa, please.
No, we are comparing notes because this same government resettling this ones, the same government refusing to resettle these ones.
Okay.
So that's why we are trying to bring a comparative analysis of issues so that government understands that our people need to be what? To be resettled.
Okay, thank you.
Of recent.
Can you wind up, Honorable Member?
Of recent, there was, the schools which we have there are out of mud and water and the soils are too soft, you cannot smear. There was an outbreak of gigas in one of the schools called Mengia Primary. Gigas, which are forgotten history in this country of ours and other parts of the world.
Okay.
So such situations, government should at least take a proactive move to ensure that as they resettle other parts of the country, this is the oldest Sabine community which needs to be resettled.
Thank you, Honorable Member.
Thank you very much.
2 minutes, please.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Madam Speaker. My name is Kiplangat Watson, Minister for Production in local government. I come from the Low Bells. Honorable Speaker, the issue is that the NRM government has done a lot, but there is still a lot to be done. The issue of the resettlement, Honorable Speaker, has failed. I don't know because are there some people who make follow-ups after some submissions by Honorable Minister for Lands? Because I remember the time when the President came to Kapchorwa. The Honorable Minister for Lands submitted a report that we are going for boundary opening. And she was promising that we are going to use the 1962 line. Up to this time, that the map is even in the Lancaster House, London. And the things keep on moving, and problems are adding on. Madam Speaker, we need to see the way we can work together from the lower level to the higher level. Because some of the challenges end somewhere. Because, you know, when we play things like this, things keep on resisting. Otherwise, thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. 2 minutes, Honorable Member. Can I have them say? Yes?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Jalagat Fred Ndege. I'm from Kaptoi Sub-County. Now, for the issue of settlement of the Benets, the way I see, there are so many challenges that are faced by the people of Benet by themselves alone. Because when you see them, they are just after fighting themselves. Because there are some people who are saying we want 83 line, and there are those who are saying we want 93 line. Now they are just confusing the government.
My name is Julius Manoga.
Sit there. Sit there.
I'm the chairman, older persons Kween here. So many people have spoken about the resettlement. But the resettlement is really something which has disturbed the people of Kween. Because people have suffered for so long up to today. But Madam Speaker, they had forgotten one thing, that during the 1980s, the Koromojongs and Bokot came and destroyed all the houses of the people of Kween. They took all animals, cows, goats, and everything. Now, they have forgotten that these people also should be compensated, to be given either 2 or 4 cows, so that they keep it. Because we are cattle keepers. Now people have stayed without cows, no one. Now we have seen people of Ngenge now. Some people are now resettling there, they are looking after cows there, and the people of the land are no cows. They have stolen their cows. So I beg the government to give them cows so that they also start keeping cows as it was before.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam
Thank you,
Speaker.
Honorable. 2 minutes, please. The one in red.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay.
My name is called Francis Alinho. I'm a resident of Kween. I have 2 points to make, Madam Speaker. One, this area called Mount Elgon is a big area, and there are about 3 million people who derive their livelihoods from doing farming and other activities within Mount Elgon. Madam Speaker, this area is an important part of the Mount Elgon ecosystem. It is the source of the waters that feeds into River Nile and other rivers that eventually cross the Mediterranean Sea. And therefore, as we speak about this area, we need to be careful. That is one, Madam Speaker. Number 2, this issue has been on for a long time, as the former speakers have said. Since 1937, people have been battling with the government to make sure that the Benets are resettled. And there are so many promises that have been made. And I think the issue now is for our leaders, the Honorable Member of Parliament, the RDC, and the others, to make follow-up so that these actions are implemented. Lastly, Madam Speaker, in Uganda, there is no area which is deforested as the Benet area today. We took some aerial photographs using a drone a few days ago. We went through RDC's office, through the DC office, and we found that this area is completely deforested. Even where people are living, there are no trees. And that's why you see a lot of soil erosion, you see a lot of destruction of the roads, destruction of the bridges, because there's a lot of water runoffs. As we talk about the resettlement, I want to make one point, members. And that point is, we need to live with the nature. People and nature must live together. We need to grow trees. Okay. If you go to Benet, if you go to Kwasir, Kasek, all these areas, there are no trees. And we're talking about the resettlement in the forest.
Okay.
Let's talk about trees as well as we talk about the resettlement.
Thank you. Before you speak, let me allow this Mzee 1 minute, please, before you come.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for allowing me this opportunity to praise my issues before this People's Parliament. Madam Speaker, I am by name Beren Michael from Grigi Sub-County. I'm LSC3 Councillor, People with Disabilities. In fact, I was very keen seated there. This goes to the Member of Parliament, Kween. The issue of Kugumai has become a song. Then in the other way around, we have also the boundary issues within that sub-county. The boundary of Amudat and Kween is not settled up to now. And that's why you see quarrels emerging out between the Sabines and the Bakots after realizing a good relationship under His Excellency Yoweri Museveni Kaguta. Now, that's why I say I'm very happy, because I know we are now with our Member of Parliament, we are with our Speaker, Kween District. Even as I talk, Kirigi sub-county was created out of Ngenge sub-county. And before, Ngenge was called Greater Ngenge. Now, when it was called Greater Ngenge, it goes up to the hill of, there's a certain hill there called Kogoyo. Now, when you look at the difference between Buko and Kween now, there is also the difference of, we have one parish under Greek sub-county which is still in operational, and those people of Buko are not happy about it.
Can you
and that is an alarm.
Wind up, Honorable Member, finish.
So, allow me to put this across, because I was very keen listening, and yet that it was discussed in a fair way. I could have not come up to speak about it.
Okay.
Because this is now something that I must say. Under resettlement, these boundary issues also must be put permanently, so that we may not realize any wrangles with our neighbors.
Okay.
We may have a good neighborhood when these issues are settled well.
Thank you, Honorable
So,
Member.
Madam Speaker, mine was, I would like the Honorable Member of Parliament, Kween, to tell us how far have they gone as far as Kugumai is concerned. Because if you look at Kugumai, it is a village.
Okay, thank you.
It is not on the ground. The poor people have already taken.
Thank you. I instruct the Honorable Member to come and inform you and brief you there. Thank you so much. Please, in 1 minute.
Yes. Honorable Speaker, my issue is to kill the business through UA with the community. To charge 1 cow in Kakwata forestry there, 50,000 for each cow. And the Excellency, Yoweri Museveni Kaguta, telling the people, the nation, we want to fight the poverty, to get out with the community. Yet, the UA is there, bring again the poverty to the people. I just be annoyed. That's why I'm here. When we see the coverage through up this side, you are near to the forest back. And the wood is there, stealing the 50,000, slowly, until the human being become the last man for poverty man. That's the last man now. So, I just request the government, when you go down a Lopel, Ngenge and Girgi, there is some neighbors there surrounding us. It's the wrong people. That's what even Excellency knows. Okay. For us here is a binge. We are not very safe. So this information, I just request you to RDC to announce to the people the business of WUA to charge 50,000. You stop that one. Today onwards, for God and my country.
Thank you. At least you have a request from the Honorable Member. Please. Order. Mr. RDC, please handle that issue. Thank you for being part of this People's Parliament, and thank you for coming in big numbers. And those who have been watching us, please, thank you for watching us in Kween. I am your speaker, Agnes Nandutu, and I aspire to inspire you before I expire. With powers conferred upon me as the Speaker of People's Parliament, I adjourn this house until next Saturday.